At a prom in Kyiv this June, one dancer took the floor alone. The ninth graders at Kyiv's Lyceum 237 had spent months perfecting a choreographed waltz. Their song was Love Story by the French artist Indila, and it had been the soundtrack to their entire winter and spring. Every step, every dip, every lift and twirl had been drilled into them through hundreds of rehearsals. When prom day finally arrived, the boys wore black pants and white shirts. The girls came in fancy dresses of every color. Parents, teachers, and friends packed the room, warm and sticky in the June heat. One by one, the pairs stepped out onto the floor. Artur and Kristina. Roman and Alexandra. Stanislav and Laura. Denis and Maria. And then Yair alone. When the music started, he stood still for a moment. Then he lifted his right palm into the empty space before him. For the next 3 minutes, he would have to pretend that his date, Masha, was still there. Masha Polska was 15 years old. Her real name was Maria, but everyone called her Masha. Prom had meant everything to her. The war had already stripped so much from her and her classmates, parents had gone to fight at the front line, friends had fled abroad, and Kyiv lived in a constant state of tension from air raid sirens and ongoing attacks. But there could still be prom. Masha had started planning it the year before. The ninth grade graduation and the prom were happening on the same day at Lyceum 237. Many of her classmates would be moving on to trade schools after this, and Masha, who planned to stay through 11th grade, wanted the occasion to be perfect, a proper, joyful send-off for those leaving sooner. This was their last chance to be together as a class, to mark what they had shared as students. She and her mom chose the restaurant where the class would celebrate afterward and worked out the menu. She began imagining her dress and how she would do her hair. But what Masha was most excited about was the waltz. Ukrainian school proms almost always feature a group waltz that students spend months carefully learning. Masha was an avid dancer, and she hoped to be the star of it. Rehearsal began the previous December, in the gym on the second floor of the school. 10 students, including Masha, practiced for about an hour every day. That winter was cold and dark, and Russia was relentlessly bombing Ukraine's power grid. Missiles and drones crossed the skies night after night, targeting power plants, including the one in Masha's own neighborhood. Exhaustion was everywhere. But those waltz rehearsals gave the students something rare in wartime, a reason to look forward. The New York Times reported this story from Kyiv. It does not spell out exactly what happened to Masha, but the meaning of Yair's solo dance speaks for itself. In the middle of a war, a group of teenagers chose to spend months learning a waltz to reach for something beautiful. And when the day finally came, one of them carried that beauty forward alone, his right hand raised in the space where Masha should have been. Thank you for listening.